Okay, hello everyone. I am Madhumita Joshi. I am from Postdoctoral Affairs Office, and this is our Postdoctoral Affairs session. And there we are generally go with the topic. On-demand topic means whatever your important program or important thing you think is very essential, and we choose this one, which is tax filing. And as you know, this is so important and it's coming within a month. We all have to go through this. And we want to welcome our payroll director for payroll management system, Ms. Nayani, um, and she will be talking. I think you will present some of your PowerPoint, and then you guys can question, and she will answer. She also share one of the file where you have several sessions she's undertaking to question answer. So yeah, Nayani, go ahead. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I don't break anything here. Oh, no. Okay. Hi. The reason I was asked to come on this to share with everyone, to give everyone an idea of the taxes and how to file your taxes, and the software to use. And if you have any other question, we can talk about it. I trying to pull up my PowerPoint here, but I'm not seeing it. Hold on, just give me one more second. Let's see, share. Okay, I'll just use the share. Can you all see my PowerPoint?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. I'm not, I already shared this sometime last year in November. I talked about all the basic information for us to be able to understand our positions or where we are in terms of how we're being taxed and the taxes we should be seeing and how we're going to file our taxes and the dates and all. Right now, I'm just going to give some like a rundown in case there was anybody on this call that didn't get to know what we talked about. So as an international student or a postdoc who has a J1 visa or an F1 visa, or you have a H1B visa, or you have any form of visa that brought you here in the United States, and this is your first time you're talking about taxes, or you don't know what taxes is all about, every one of you will be regarded as what we call a non-resident alien for tax purposes. What that means is that you are taxed based off of US tax regulations in relation to the country you're coming from. Some of us who have stayed here, if as a J1 postdoc who has a J1 visa, who have stayed here more than 3 years, you are regarded as what we call a resident alien for tax purposes. But after a period of time, you also get to go back again to become a non-resident alien. I've not seen that happen to us because most of the time the postdocs leave our university and we have not had that opportunity to be able to track those. So most of those who with F1 visa, as long as you have stayed here more than 5 years, It's not necessarily calendar years, but sometimes it happens that way, sometimes it does not. Because if you got to this country 31st December, that year, that day, that one day you landed here in the United States is already counted as a year for you. So, and some people are like, how did I become a resident alien for tax purposes? I just got in here on the 31st. Well, I'm not sure how IRS came up with that. I'm not sure how IRS came up with that, but that's how it is done. Some of you might have received some form tax email telling you you have a form 1042S available. And some of you probably this morning you received an email welcoming you to Glacier Tax Prep. The 1042 was made available earlier than February 5th, which is today. I'm still going through to make sure that everybody has received their 1042. Before the end of day, I'll make sure that everybody has received it. There's nobody that I'm missing. We have the Glacier Tax Prep software is where you will be able to use to file your taxes as a non-resident alien. If you go through that email, you should have that you have received. Let me see here. I'm going to use one as an example. And if you receive this type of email and it has a link and it tells you, gives you all the information of what you need to do. So when you go through this link, it tells you to enter Glacier user ID and password. If you have not used your Glacier in a recent time, you may need to do the select login. Forgot login to be able to renew your Glacier access again. And this will take you straight to the pages that you are supposed to go to file your taxes. The tax filing is due April 15th. Hello? Was somebody saying something?
I think they just forgot to mute themselves.
Oh, okay. So the tax filing is due April the 15th. IRS did not make their portal available until I think it was last week, Monday, on the 29th of January. That was when they allowed everybody to be able to start filing their taxes. So you're not late in trying to file your taxes. There was an email that I had sent to this morning, an attachment I sent this morning. Okay, let's see if I can pull that up. I have sent this email to be shared to every one of you. GTP will have on these dates, they will have sessions for any question you have concerning filing your taxes. Unfortunately, I am not authorized to give you any tax advice. The only thing I am authorized to do is to direct you on how to use the software, what you need to plug in, and things like that. If you have any question whatsoever for taxes, while you are working on your taxes and you don't have an understanding, these are the times that they have for their Q&A. You should be able to receive this attachment.
Yes, I have shared it on the chat. You can download it if you need to. It's been shared in the very first thing when we start the program.
Okay. So these are the dates that they have. they started doing this process, I think last year or 2 years ago. I know they always had it, but it became very, how would I say it? It became very important that we needed it because of the limitation we have in terms of answering tax questions. So they have tax experts from IRS and within that will answer to your questions and answer to anything that you have in regards to your taxes. And when you're using GTP, it has all the tax forms that you are eligible for. So it has what we call the 1040 NR. And some of you used to know about the 1040 NR easy. It was discontinued since 2021. So what you will see is 1040 NR. And you also see the form 8843 by the time you finish using the GTP. All this will be produced to you when you use the GTP. If you did not receive any email for the GTP, you can send us an email through our payroll@utsa.edu requesting access code for you to get the GTP. Once that is issued to you, you can now have access. You follow the instructions on the email to gain access to use the GTP to file your taxes. Hello? The W7 form is for those people who do not have social security number or ITIN. This form, by the time you finish with your filing, it generates as part of your form. If you did not put in any social security number or ITIN, once that form is generated, I will need you to send us an email. If you do not have any SSN, I need you to send us an email through payroll@utsa.edu, and I'll guide you on how you can obtain the ITIN. I know last year we collaborated with the Global International Program Office, and I believe it's the same, but I will have to check with Ashley Wallace on it again to make sure that nothing has changed. And once they are able to issue that number to you or give you guidance on how to get the number can be applied to your tax document, and the number can be applied to your tax document and before you now send it out to IRS for processing. Another important form that you might see, that you might have questions about, is the form 1098T. The 1098T is not available for international students or research scholars or who are regarded as non-resident aliens. Unfortunately, there are limited
two
tax.
times X plus 7. Okay.
Can somebody put their phone on mute?
If everyone can mute, will be great, please. Thank you.
The 1098T is kind of like a tuition related tax form that is given that helps you to claim some form of credits or tax credits while filing taxes. Unfortunately, the persons who are regarded as non-resident aliens are not eligible yet to receive some form of tax credits when they have not become a resident alien for tax purposes. For the J1s, mostly those with the J1 visas, there's kind of more limitation for you because you, the first 2 years or the first 3 years, as the case may be, you have what we call a tax treaty, and that tax treaty kind of exempts you from being taxed whatsoever. And while you're filing your taxes, it's more like them recognizing that this is how much you were paid, and you didn't receive any, you didn't pay any taxes. And even if you did pay some taxes and you're not supposed to pay, you'll be eligible for refunds. But if you have, how would I say, if you are no longer exempted from the tax treaty and you happen to exercise some form of tax treaty and no taxes was deducted from you, you may be expected to pay back some taxes. There are no standard deductions. You cannot claim any standard deductions while filing taxes. However, those from India, Mexico, the cases for those may be different, but it depends on the agreement, the tax agreement between US and those countries. For those of you that might see Social Security and Medicare taxes in your paychecks, if you're using GTP and you had some Social Security and Medicare taxes on your paychecks, and that is supposed to be due back to you, unfortunately, we won't be able to refund those back to you. You will have to file the form 843 and form 8316 to get that back from IRS. I always will advise, if you don't used to see Social Security and Medicare taxes on your paycheck, and all of a sudden you start seeing it, I want you to check with us to see if the exemption expired for you for that year. There are some people that I'm probably going to send some emails to this month when we run our report to make sure that they are still exempted or they're no longer exempted from Social Security and Medicare taxes. But peradventure you're filing your taxes and GTP tells you, oh, you're supposed to be exempted from Social Security and Medicare taxes, you will need to get with payroll@utsa.edu, and we'll give you guidance on how to file for it to get it back. Unfortunately, this is not the type of taxes that you can refund that you can get back as quickly as possible. It takes months and it takes years. I believe some people are still waiting for their own till tomorrow. I'm not sure why that is happening, but this has always been the situation. And like I had said earlier, GTP is a software that the school is providing to all international students and research scholars, those with J1, those with the F visa, J visa, the M visa, O visa, H1 visa, who were still non-resident alien as of December 2023. Those are those that can still use the GTP to file their taxes.
I have one question. Can you hear me?
Did somebody say they have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Just one confusion. The tax treaty, is it renewed every year? I'm from Bangladesh, so I got here at 2020, 3. I started my at spring 2023. So 2023 is done. So is my tax treaty is renewed for 2024 also?
I know I sent an email concerning renewal of tax treaty, and most of you responded to me.
Yeah.
I those of you that responded to me, I don't think I fully completed the updates in PeopleSoft before the payroll run, but I'm going to go through all of them and make sure that everybody is updated correctly. And if there is anybody that have the only people that I'm going to refund their money, if there's any refund to be done, will be for those people who has a limited amount for the tax treaty. So if you are limited to 5,000 or you're limited to 8,000 in a year, I will not have those refunded back to you. I will just make sure that you start your tax treaty in the coming check. The only those that will be refunded are those who do not have tax treaty, that's who has limited amount. That means that even if they're being paid $1 million, they will not have any tax, they should not have any taxes come out of their paycheck in the whole calendar year. Those are the only people that are going to be refunded of their federal withholding that was
Yeah,
taken
this
from
was
the
the
paycheck.
confusion because in your email you said you have received my forms and updated, but when I got my paycheck for this month, I saw that $220
And
has been
I
deducted.
I understand that, and that's what I'm saying. I said I'm going to go back to go look at it. There are some people that I updated that I think I missed out on some. So those ones that I missed out, I'm going to look at it and see those that I missed out and make sure that I have them updated before the next payroll.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe we can finish the talk first and then can go for the question and answer. Is that good, Nanny?
Yeah, that's fine. Access to GTP, the reason why you didn't receive it earlier than today was because of the 1042S that has not fully been issued to everyone that needed it. That's number one. Number two, IRS did not open their portal for taxes to be filed until the 29th, and Glacier as well. The moment that has not been done, they will not give us the go ahead to have that access released. So they too, it was in the middle of last week that they gave us the go ahead to have that done. But because the 1042s were not fully released to everybody that is supposed to have it, and that's why it was not released until this morning. Like I said, the dates that I showed you all concerning the GTP, if you have any support issues for GTP, there should be a link, help link that is in that GTP page. They do not answer to any phone calls, even if you try. They want you to, or any other email, or if you're sending emails to them directly to their support tax online, they will not respond to you. The only way they will respond to you or attend to you is if you click on that help link, and they will, and if the FAQs does not answer your questions, then that link should be able to give you an email or direct you on how to get support from them. Up till date, you cannot file your taxes electronically. You have to print out the forms after using GTP and mail them at the post office. If there's any of you that is supposed to get any tax refund after filing your taxes, I want you to have it in mind that you might wait up to 6 months or more to get that back. Usually, if there's anybody that's getting any refund, sometimes it's quick, sometimes it delays. And once you file your taxes, unfortunately, payroll will not be able to tell you, payroll will not be able to tell you the status of your taxes. So make sure that your social security number is correct. Make sure that what the numbers you're putting is correct, and make sure that the social security that we have on file for you is correct as well in your W-2s, because what we have on file is what we have sent to SSA. When we filed our W-2s to SSA, which I did on the 31st of January, I filed in based off of the Social Security we have on file. And this brings me to the appeal to everyone that received a temporary ID from us. Please, I want to use this medium to say to you, if you're new to UTSA or to the country and they gave you a temporary ID for you to, so that you can start working and stuff, the moment you get your permanent SSN from SSA, we encourage you to please go back to People Excellence or Human Resources and have your permanent SSN updated. The reason why is because if you file your taxes now with through GTP, for example, and you're using your permanent SSN, and I already sent out the files, and what I sent out has your temporary ID that was used to be a placeholder before you got a permanent SSN. Guess what? It's not going to match. And if you have any questions or any concerns that you're trying to get from IRS, they will not be able to trace your income tax information for them to be able to answer you. So if you look at it, if you received a W-2 and you look at it and see that what is on it is a wrong SSN, please send an email to payroll@utsa.edu, letting us know that your W-2 SSN and your actual SSN does not match. And by the time you're doing that, please make sure you have gone to People Excellence to have that updated in the system. With that, we'll be able to do the correction and give you a corrected W-2. GTP does not have access or option for 1098T or 1095 that you receive from your health insurance. They do not have that option for those two forms. They have options for 1099. So if you exercise some form of stock, you got paid as a contractor with 1099. Those are the two options that I know that they have. For your W-2, your 1042, they have those options. So with that being said, you do not need to have all these forms. So you can have only 1042 because you are a J1 and you are tax exempt the whole year, or you are tax exempt as an F1 student for a certain amount of money. For those who are from Bangladesh, $8,000. Those from China, 5,000. Those from Pakistan, I believe, is 5,000 as well. And you receive it. You are entitled to, as an F1 student, you are entitled to both 1042 and also a W-2. But if you are just a research scholar with J1, and your country has a tax treaty, you are not going to receive a W-2. You're only going to receive a 1042 because the whole year you were tax-free. But if you are a J1 from India and you received an update on your DS2019 that your stay has been extended more than 2 years that you're supposed to be here in the US to exercise your tax treaty, you might receive both W-2 and a 1042. The reason is because the 1042 amount you're going to receive is up to the time before your date was extended. Then when your date was extended and you're no longer eligible for 1042, you're no longer eligible for tax treaty, then you start having taxes come out of your paycheck. You will receive both tax forms. So you will receive both 1042 and also a W-2. If during the year you didn't have any tax treaty because your date was extended but was early enough before the new year started, you're going to receive only W-2 because you're already getting taxed for your paycheck. So those are the forms that you're expected to see. If you did not receive any email telling you have a 1042, you do not need to worry about it. Because if you have a 1042, you should receive an email from me. Glacier does not have any option for state taxes. Usually they have a link when you finish the process of doing your regular tax for your federal taxes. There's a link on there asking you, do you have a state tax that you need to file? If you say yes, there should be a link there that they will send you to a different vendor, which is like Spring Tax. But other than that, Glacier and GTP does not have that option for you to be able to use to do state taxes if you were not in Texas. Texas does not have state taxes. So if you are in Texas all the way, all through the year, you don't need to worry about it. Once you finish using that GTP, it comes with an instruction page, and that instruction page has everything that you need to know, where you need to send your documents. It has the forms that you should be seeing, that you should be able to print out once you finish the process. And it tells you if there's any documents you need to attach to it. It tells you if there is none. It just tells you the address and the documents that you should be able to print after you finish the process. If you have any previous year taxes that you have not filed, you can still go back to this link here. I can put that link on the, let me see if I can put it on the chat. And you can go to that link, and this is what you're going to see. Sorry. This is what you're going to see. When you go to that link, you should be able to go to where it tells you, let me do this. So this is their web page. You should be able to go here, order GTP now. And you see this for the individuals. So when you go on here, you click on order now. This is if you did not do That's it. Oh, wow. They've increased the price. It used to be $39. Now it's $49. So if you did not do your taxes for last year, for 2022, you come to this page and you follow the process and they will get you situated. But this time around, you're going to pay $49. It used to be $39. You see it here, it used to be 39. So now it's 49. I always have this address here, but the advice is for you to follow the address that is on the instruction page. This address here is just an example of how you will see it and on the instruction page. You should see an address that tells you Internal Revenue Service. It tells you the state and the city where you need to mail your tax forms. Even if you're not here in the US, is the address that you see on your tax form still applies. And that is all I have. Let me see to make sure. Okay, and so this was what I had last time when I was talking to everybody that to check their paychecks to make sure there is no FICA taxes to be refunded and all. Then if you have other questions and things that you really don't understand, these are publications you can go to and it will explain a lot of things to you. If you're filing for your taxes and all that, trying to figure out what exemptions that is due to you or standard deduction or filing information. Filing information is, for example, you say, oh, my wife is J1, I am J1. Can we file together? That's where you find the information. My wife is F1, I am F1. Can we file together? Or I am married to a citizen. Can I file with my spouse? On this publication 501, it will give you different options in that area. Publication 901 will give you information on US tax treaty. There are some countries that they've canceled their treaties, and there are some countries that recently gained treaties with the US, like Chile, I believe, is the newest one that just joined the group of tax treaties. But the treaties are always different based on your visa types as well. That's all the information I have right now.
Okay, thank you, Nina. Before we start question, I want to again thank our speaker, as well as also wants to request if you can share your PowerPoint slides with a lot of postdocs who couldn't attend today. They were requesting.
Yeah, I will share that.
Okay, so yeah, so we will forward the PowerPoint slide as well as the recording. Today's recording, we might put it on YouTube. And anybody have any request for the PowerPoint or YouTube, let me know. I'm again director for the postdoctoral success, and Ms. Ninaya, she is the director for payroll. So if you have any question directly, you can reach to me and her. And yeah, thank you again. And now we can start maybe for QA, and I will stop the recording.
Okay,
Hello, I have a question.
go ahead.
Hey, Nana, I am international student from